Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on Cronos Group. I've talked about them in the past. They haven't been doing so hot here lately. I got some information out about them. Here you can see, well, this is Cronos Group. Ticker is CRON. Here's what they've done over the last year. Had the nice run up on February 10th, along with the rest of the MJ stocks, and just came down ever since then. Had a couple peaks here, but it's still coming down, still looking for the bottom, so don't know where that's going to be, but down over 26% in the last 3 months, and the last month down over 1%. Here in the last week, it's actually up 4.76%, and here's a look at today. It's down about 2%. I have 30 shares here at a cost basis of $9.36. I've been holding these for a while. Should buy some more, but I don't know, I'm still watching it. Here's a look at, if you don't know much about Cronos, production and distribution of MJ. Its brands include Peace Naturals, Love Cove, Spinach, Lord Jones, and Peace Plus. So it got some interesting names, been around since 2012. Volume of 2.77 million and just under the average at 2.89, $1.53 billion market cap, and a 52-week low of 379 and a 52-week high of 1583. So don't exactly know when it hit that low. I'd have to go back and take a look. And that's really interesting on the analyst ratings, 33%. Buy, hold, and sell. Never seen that before. Earnings are expected on February 25th in the pre-market, and here's the last couple times I bought. So it looks like over 2 years ago I was buying it at $9.45, $10.40. You should try to get this one around the $9 range. I thought was a good buy, and now look at it. So, but there would have been a nice dip at $3.96. But this is showing 52-week low of 379. I still don't see the low. Well, moving on. Maybe it was today. 385. Sometimes Robinhood does that. I don't know. We'll move on. Anyway, Microsoft Bing is showing this one as a sell. I would say it's a hold, but I'm not selling it. As you can see, I'd take a loss. But Cronos Group provides bi-weekly MCTO status update. This is dated on last Friday, New Year's Eve, on the 31st. So they are providing a default status, a report in accordance with the alternative information guidelines set out in the national policy. The company announced that it had applied for a management cease trade order, MCTO, with the applicable securities regulatory authorities in Canada on the basis that the company would be unable to file its quarterly report on the Form 10Q for the period ended on September 30th of 2021. With the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, together with its corresponding quarterly filings in Canada by the applicable filing deadlines. So this could have something to do with the share price, and I suppose some of the action in regards to Cronos Group. But if you have any more information on this, you can list it in the comments. Here's a little bit more about Cronos Group. They're an innovative global cannabinoid company with international production and distribution across 5 continents. They're committed to building disruptive intellectual property by advancing MJ research, technology, and product development. And here again you can find some of their brands. And again, you can find that right on Yahoo Finance. Moving on here, this is dated on yesterday. If you don't invest in Cronos Group now, you'll regret it later. I've said that about some stocks, and I bought some stocks saying this, and then in the end, I wish I wouldn't have bought them, but the trading price of Cronos closed lower on Friday, December 31st, closing at $3.92, down 2.24% lower than its previous close. Traders who pay close attention to the intraday price movement should know that the fluctuated between $3.91 and $4.13. In examining the 52-week price action, we see that the stock hit a 52-week high of 1583 and a 52-week low of 379 over the past month. Stock has lost minus 6.89% in value. So the market valuation is $1.83 billion at the time of the writing, is expected to raise quarterly earnings on August 4th, 2021. Investors' optimism about the company's current quarter earnings report is understandable. We already went over their next earnings, when that's going to come out. We can flip back there. I believe it was it March? February 25th in the pre-market. So again, they were kind of showing it as a sell. Insiders probably made the right decision selling United States 17 million US worth of shares earlier this year as Cronos Group stock dips by 10%. And again, this is just dated yesterday. Insiders seem to have had the most of their holdings by selling $17 million worth of Cronos Group stock at an average sell price of $12.74. Wow, that pisses me off. I wish I would have sold then, but during the past year, the company market valuation decreased. This is Canadian $213 million after the stock price dropped to 10% over the past week. But insiders were spared from painful losses. So got to give you something to laugh at on the channel here. While insider transactions are not the most important thing when it comes to long-term investing, we should consider it foolish to ignore insider transactions altogether. And here kind of goes over the last 12 months. We kind of already did some of that. Feel free to pause. Here goes over the, shares sold by individuals and bought by individuals, and wowie. Nobody was buying, it looks like, by that chart. Does Cronos Group boast high insider ownership? I like to look at how many shares insiders own in a company to help inform my view of how aligned they are with insiders. Usually the higher the insider ownership, the more likely it is that insiders will be incentivized to build the company for a long term. It appears that Cronos Group insiders owned 5% of the company, worth about $93 million in Canadian. What might the insider transactions at Cronos Group tell us? It talks about identifying 2 warning signs, and understanding them should be part of your investment process. That should be part of any investment process, but we do think the fact that insiders own a fair chunk of the company, in addition to knowing about the insider transactions going on, it's beneficial to identify the risks facing Cronos Group. If you would prefer to check out another company, potentially superior financials, you can click here. Usually that takes you to sometimes nowhere land. You can find all this right on Simply Wall Street. Moving on here, this kind of goes over Aurora. I talked about them looks like a couple days ago. I hadn't talked about them in a while, and it was time to do a video on them. Moved up 6.28. Why it's important, this is dated here today. So they gained 6.28% or 0.34 points to close at $5.75 with a heavy trading volume. And shares, the company reported on December 14, 2021 that Aurora and 20th Century Group, I've also talked about them, licensed foundational biosynthesis IP to Cronos Group. Licensing deal set to assist the advancement of research and development for cannabinoid biosynthesis. The Canadian company defining the future of cannabinoids worldwide together with 22nd Century Group. Ticker is XXII. I've talked about them numerous times here on the channel. I just did a video back on New Year's 12/31 of 2021 on them. Announced today a 3-way non-exclusive agreement to license biosynthesis intellectual property to Cronos Group. And again, ticker CRON. Cronos Group intended to assist in the advancement of research and development on the biosynthesis of cannabinoids. So maybe XXII will help Cronos, and Aurora will help. Who knows what's going to happen with Cronos, but I've been going to talk about them for a while and kept putting it off, and saw that they were kind of down again today, so thought I'd do a video on them and see who out there has this one and see if we can get some feedback on it. To me, personally, it's looking like a piece of crap, but that's me. So if you have any information out there to change my mind, feel free. So, struggling with very large cron jobs in Node. Heard you guys like crons. Nothing in there. Over here on StockTwits, currently at $4.11, low of $3.79, high of $15.83. Good price action on a red day, looking to break out. There's no reason why this security should be in the red. That's kind of what I say. Here's Aurora at $5.77. Canopy Growth, I just did a video in the last week, $8.97, and another popular one, Tilray, at $7.11. Just did a video on them yesterday. I'm out of CGC, my only hope now. Green is right around the corner, so I think 2022 is going to hold, hopefully. Don't hold me to it, but it's going to be a good year. Hopefully MJ will turn around. But here on MSN Money, it's showing it as a sell. And here on TipRanks, currently showing a moderate sell with a 24% upside to 513, high of 650, and a low of 390. But if you have a Cronos Group, go ahead and list that in the comments, along with your cost bases, any other information you want to share on this one. It's had kind of an interesting trading day, but or if there's any other MJ stocks out there you want me to take a look at, I'd be happy to look at those as well. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.